Poppy and Gray. If you are new here, thanks for stopping by. And to my returning viewers and subscribers, thanks for hanging out with me once again. I thought that I would pop in quickly and show you some of my favorite things from August. Also, today is my son's first day back in school, so I'm trying to film a bunch of videos. So if you see me wearing this same top in a few videos, that is why. So let's start with some of my favorite things in August. One of my favorite things that I got in August finally is this Starbucks tumbler. I have been looking for this all summer long, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I had a friend text me and tell me that she saw it like in the Starbucks that was in our like neighborhood grocery store, like Meijer store. And by the time I went up there to get it, which was like that same day, they were all gone. That was the closest that I'd come to like finding them in person. I do have a friend who works at Starbucks in Savannah, and she offered to send me one from her store, but I really didn't want to like put her through the trouble of like shipping it and whatever. So yeah, I had kind of given up hope of finding one, and my son and my husband went on a Target run, and I had actually texted him a picture of the new like matte black with the spikes, like, hey, if you see this while you're at Target, well, because he had texted me to ask me if I wanted a drink because they were on their way home. So I'm like, hey, if you see this like spiky one, will you grab it for me? And he was like, yeah, I'll pick it up for you. And then he texted me a picture, and it was of, not of this one, it was like of the iridescent rainbow one, like in the regular like red, yellow, purple, like the standard colors. So he texted me that and was like, is this the cup that you've been looking for? And like while I was in the process of responding like, no, that's not the one, and sending him a picture of this one, he texted me a picture like, is this the one? And I'm like, oh my god, yes. So I finally got my hands on it in August, and I have been using it every day. So yeah, I'm still on the lookout for the spiky black one. No one around us has it. Yeah. So where else should we start? So this summer I have really been getting more into makeup. I think so. I just turned, how old am I? 40. I just turned 46 at the end of August, and kind of when I hit 40, I knew I needed to do more than like tinted moisturizer and like lip balm. I had just had a baby, so like my skin changed. I like the dark circles under my eye got darker because I wasn't really sleeping. Then my skin was doing the whole like postpartum like breakouts and kind of going nuts. So I started getting a little bit into it then. But yeah, I had a brand new baby. I was really, really tired. So it wasn't high on my list of priorities. But at the beginning of this year, I got more into it for whatever reason. And since the beginning of the summer, I have really been like watching a lot more videos on YouTube, which, by the way, if you follow any people who do like skincare, makeup, beauty kind of people who are like over 30, leave me a comment and let me know like what the channel is down below. I've specifically been seeking out kind of, older people who are over 30, in their 40s and their 50s even. And I have found a few that I like. If I can remember, I will link them down below if it's something that you're interested in as well. But so I've really been into kind of skincare and makeup since the beginning of June, probably. And so these are a couple of like drugstore things that I found that I really, really love. I have, I just said that I have dark circles under my eyes. They have gotten darker as I've gotten older, and with a young child, I don't really sleep as much or as well as I should probably. So I got this color corrector pen. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. It is from Maybelline, and it comes in several kind of different shades to I guess like counteract whatever it is that you're trying to correct, and mine is dark circles. So I picked this up in the apricot pen, and it has kind of been life-changing for me, so I'm really enjoying that. And these launched a couple months ago. This is the Maybelline, I think it's called like makeup for all, or lipstick for all. So it's a range of shades that are supposed to be universally flattering no matter what your skin tone. This has been the one that I have been wearing all summer. It is called Pink for Me. I have it on now. I also picked up the red one, which I really like, but I could not. I think it's upstairs, and I didn't feel like going upstairs to get it. So yeah, I really love this. I think it was like $6 or $7, not super expensive. And then the other thing that I picked up, I've been watching a lot of reviews on makeup, and really getting into like trying to have really good skin and priming my skin for when I wear makeup. And this primer has been like highly recommended. I have larger pores, so this is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and I really, really like it. I like how it, I don't like my makeup to feel makeup-y, and I really like how this feels like on my face. So loving that this August. The other thing that I have been, well, I haven't been loving, but this was my favorite book that I read in August. I think I only read 4 books. It is called The Vanishing Stair. It is part of a trilogy. This is the second book in the trilogy. I read the first book, Truly Devious, in July, and I read this one in this month, and I actually like this one better than the first one. So it is a YA novel. I'm not hugely into YA, probably because I'm really old. But I do like mysteries, and so I can't remember. I had seen Truly Devious, the first one, recommended kind of on YouTube, and I read that one, and like I said, I really enjoyed it and was looking forward to the second one. It is basically about this girl who goes off to a boarding school. The boarding school was kind of this project of love for a millionaire back in the 20s, sort of like, you know, Rockefeller-esque, like that sort of, you know, I would say that the character is modeled after one kind of those titans of that era. So he builds the school, and he wants the students to be extraordinary, not just like extraordinarily smart, but, you know, very like innovative and interesting and all of these things. So there are kids who are very like artsy, and there are kids who are very into technology, and well, in the modern time. So the backstory is that his wife and daughter are kidnapped, and subsequently found dead, and it was like a cold case for all of these years. And one of the students from the school in the 20s also dies, as a part of like the kidnapping, and it remained a cold case for so long. Stevie, who ends up at the school, which I can't even remember what it's called, Ellingham Academy. She ends up at Ellingham Academy, and sort of her passion is true crime. And so one of the reasons that she wants to go to the school is to solve the cold case and get access to sort of all of this archived information that they have. Another reason is to get away from her parents, who are extremely, extremely conservative, and they don't really get her. So yeah, and then while she's at school in the first book, another crime happens on campus, and she sort of becomes embroiled in that. There are the house that they live in, there are, you know, the assorted kind of quirky characters. There's the kid who has a wildly successful YouTube channel and got a movie deal. There's a kid who wrote a breakout first novel that's sort of Harry Potter-esque in nature. There's another kid who is very like into robotics and engineering, and then there's sort of the kid who's like a mystery, the typical kind of bad boy rich kid. He's been kicked out of like every school and boarding school on the eastern seaboard, and he winds up at Ellingham Academy as his last resort. And so they're kind of thrown into this house, and so it explores like their friendships and the, I guess, kind of different dynamics that are involved, like with the campus and living on campus and all of that stuff. So I can't really say too much without giving it away, but this book picks up where the first one left off, and this is actually the book that solves the cold case. The cold case doesn't get solved in the first one, but it sort of builds up to everything that happens in the second one. I am really looking forward to the third and final book in the trilogy, so I recommend checking that out. And that went on way longer than I thought it would. And while we're talking about books, I will talk about these two. So August was the month that I decided to go vegetarian. I had been kind of toying with the idea of moving towards a plant-based diet, off and on for a couple of months, but I really decided to just kind of go for it in August. And I have actually really enjoyed it and haven't really looked back too much. But I checked these two books out from the library, and they have some really great recipes in them. This is called A Couple Cooks, Pretty Simple Cooking, 100 delicious vegetarian recipes to make you fall in love with real food. I've cooked probably 7 or 8 things out of here, and I've loved every single one of them. And the other one, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Veganomicon, I think it's called. The Ultimate Vegan Cookbook. And even though I am not vegan, it has lots of great recipes in it. I am looking towards eliminating as much animal products as I can. So while I'm not going completely vegan, basically the only thing that I haven't stopped eating is eggs, because I need the protein, and cheese, because vegan cheese is just really, really sad. But all other kind of animal, I don't do like milk or anything like that anymore. So, yeah, I've cooked a few things out of here. It's really dense. This is not the typical, it does have some photos in it, but it's not the typical cookbook in that there's like, it's like really pretty to look at. But really good recipes, the ones that I've tried anyway, and just really good sort of information about cooking in general, like grilling vegetables and like seasonal options and grains, like all of that kind of stuff has been really helpful. So I will probably end up buying these. Typically, for cookbooks at least, I will attempt to check them out at the library first, just because cookbooks are fairly expensive. And then once I get them and kind of try them out, if I really love them, then I will go ahead and buy them. Our library is really great, and I'm not sure if every library does this, but for ours, as long as there's no one waiting on the book, I think they will renew it for you like up to 25 times. So, I mean, I've had cookbooks for like 4 months that I've been able to cook lots of things out of to make sure that I think it's worth the investment. So, yeah, these are really good and I'm enjoying those. And then another thing food-wise that I am really enjoying are these. I don't know if you can see them. So these are coconut chips, and they are so good. I know that they have them at Trader Joe's. I don't know if they have this brand. I actually have had the Trader Joe's ones before and love them, but we don't, like, Trader Joe's is probably a half an hour from our house. And I just stumbled on this brand at Walmart. I don't know if they still carry them because they had them marked down to like $1, and I think I probably bought 12 of them. They have a chocolate covered one and a sriracha one, which is really, really good. But yeah, so coconut chips, really good. Check them out. And then the last thing that I have to show you is this dress that I bought from ThredUp. I don't know the brand, but, and I will try to insert a photo of me wearing it. I will also link my blog post of me in this dress down below, but it is just really comfortable. I love the print. I love the colors. It's kind of has like these like, I can't think of the word for the, like, drape in the sleeves, so you can really wear it unbelted for like a super casual look. I've worn it unbelted just like with flat strappy sandals. I've worn it belted with sneakers, which is the photo that I'm going to try to put up here. I could definitely wear this with a belt and heels to go out with my husband, but it's just been, I think I've worn it like 5 times since I got it at the beginning of the month, and I just really, really love it. Also, if you have not checked out ThredUp, I highly, highly recommend it. So those are the things that I am loving in August. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you would like to see more of my content, please be sure to click the subscribe button down below and give this video a thumbs up. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.